Welcome to Stupid for Dexter! I'm your host, Mandy Schneider.
And I'm Kat Steele.
And over there we have producer Mike.
Hi.
Surprise.
It's me and Elaine, and me and Elaine only.
And
Travis is helping on sound
Oh.
tonight.
Yes. And welcome to our kill room.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, today we are talking about episode 7, Circle Us. How'd you feel about it, Kat?
I enjoyed it. We got a lot of information in this one. I mean, especially considering episodes past. I feel like things are starting to kind of come together. And I like some of the relationships that are forming, actually.
I agree. I'm liking them more, but I'll get into that later when we go through the moments. So pretty much the main, the main plot line obviously is Dexter and Lumen. Lumen is now in Rita's house.
That's right.
Yeah, which is kind of creepy, but he's putting her up, which is nice, free rent.
There you go.
And Lumen has, gotten Dexter to help him out, killing these guys.
Reluctantly, although now he seems to be more engaged, especially in this episode.
Yeah. And then we have the two guys, the suit and tie guy and the watch guy. Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah.
And then some side plots.
Got a couple little ones. We have the Santa Muerte cult had the entire shakedown at Club Maya, where their sting was kind of this erratic, crazed yakety sax filled thing. But is that over? I felt kind of like it was like, all right, so
one of them's dead.
Well, that might be over. Now, it was a setup to get she's in trouble again with the boss, right? He's always Maria.
LaGuarta. Yeah. LaGuarta.
Maria's in trouble, and Loretta's in trouble with her, and it's a trickle down. And
the chat rooms hate her. The forums that I'm in, they hate LaGuarta.
You know what? Her character, what they've done for her this season, not so hot, but I still like her.
Yeah. There's hope.
There is hope for her yet.
As long as she stays nice to my Batista.
Well.
Or Elaine's Batista, I should say.
That's right.
And then we have another side plot. Deb and Quinn are living together. And Quinn is falling for Deb. I believe that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And but little RoboCop here's trying to break up him and the Broad.
you gotta say it right, the Broad. Hey, you're gonna go for the. He talks like that every time. Sort of a John Wayne, sort of not.
Kind of like I'm gonna get you, see? And
but
you're sleeping with that girl, see? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and see? I like it though.
He's amusing.
He's creepy.
He's totally creepy. Yeah.
But obviously the main plot, Dexter and Lumen, they're bonding.
And I'm seeing more the mentor apprentice relationship coming from this.
Not a whole lot of romance.
No, definitely
We were discussing that earlier, our last episode of Stupid for Dexter, how maybe there's some romance between Lumen and Dexter. People thought maybe, I don't.
I'm not feeling it, but I like what's happening though. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So, in this episode, there were definitely some great times throughout the episode.
Indeed.
Which is, of course, in our next segment, Killer Moments. So when Kat and I talk about killer moments, we're talking about the times in the episode that we really thought were important or move the story along or just we plain liked. What do you think?
All right,
Kat?
so in no order, one of the ones I thought was very interesting when they revealed the identity of the truck driver was Mr. Take It Now, Mr. Wannabe Magnolia Tom Cruise dude. Very
That's
interesting.
what I thought of.
Oh,
when
he's
I saw
totally.
him.
It's
the
really
Magnolia.
fun.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, he wasn't the driver, but he owned the car.
Yeah. Oh, and it's his company truck, and it's.
He's got his dad's watch. Tick tock, Lumen.
Your life is TikTok.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's juicy, and it's bringing it back to the whole Boyd thing. So that's.
I loved when he walked into when the Take It Now guy Jordan Chase walked into the police stop, Masuko was so starstruck.
Oh my God.
It was the cutest thing.
He is adorable.
That was lame.
Masuko's adorable.
Don't call Masuko
No, Masuko's
lame.
great, but it was horribly written and horribly directed. You have this guy coming in he's a suspect, maybe. Not, literally, legally, he's not a suspect, but obviously he might be. So they want to know, hey, your car was here. We now have to interrogate you, find out what the deal was. Hey, I'm a big fan. That's just so unrealistic, and they're making him more of a cartoon character. Masuka's so great because he's this little comedy relief, and now they're making him cartoonish comedy relief. It's only like a Will and Grace over the top character,
like a Jack.
I don't know what I'm just saying. Will and Grace is a horrible, horrible sitcom, and they were all because it was all over the top cartoons, and they're making in this usually well written show, well acted show. I don't know. I feel bad for him. I got to believe he's looking at his lines, going, really. He wouldn't say that. It's kind of, I'm a big fan. Oh my God! It was very cartoonish.
I don't think he necessarily thought that Jordan Chase was a suspect. I think he thought Cole was a suspect, the driver.
But still, they knew it was his car.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem. It just doesn't. It made me roll my eyes.
Okay.
Of like, really? I don't think that would happen.
See, it made me think, oh my gosh, everyone is owning these Take It Now CDs. You know, everyone likes this guy. He's a big star.
I feel like he's a mix of like the Magnolia character, but also a little bit of that the seduction underground with the guys who play The Game by Neil Strauss. It's very much in that vein too. So I could totally see Masuko being obsessed with something like that.
I'm confused.
That's okay. It's a dude thing.
Okay.
It's a Neil Strauss wrote a book called The Game. It's a seduction manual for manipulating and seducing women.
Is that Michael Douglas and Sean Penn movie? No.
Maybe.
Okay, never mind.
But maybe related, indeed. So I feel like if it's of that vein, Masuka would totally be about that. Because he's Masuka. That's what he does. I don't care. Don't talk smack about Masuka, Mr. Mike.
I wasn't talking smack about him. I was talking about the direction.
Okay,
no, not the writing.
the
Scott
direction.
Buck wrote this episode, who is a great writer. He wrote on 6 Feet Under. He wrote on Newhart, right? Or the Newhart where they lived in in Vermont. That Newhart, not the Bob Newhart show.
Okay.
So I know who he is, and he's a great writer. So I think it's it's again part of this odd season that things seem a little bit out of whack with some characters.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll give that.
I also thought a killer moment was when Dexter and Lumen go into Cole's house.
Ooh.
Or excuse me, Dexter goes into Cole's house. Lumen's told to stay in the car.
You're going to be the lookout.
You're going to be the lookout. Great. That sounds like fun, Dexter. Thanks. He goes in, gets attacked by, I think it was Cole. And then Lumen comes in and beats the crap out of him.
She goes
in that stance that.
Oh yeah. And even Dexter at first was like, whoa, whoa, and he didn't get involved because God knows she'd probably go at him too with a frying pan.
I think he found it a little exciting, not in a sexual way.
No, but
just like look at her. Wow.
I can put her to use.
Yeah.
She's not just the watchdog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but dude, she's fabulous in moments like that. And yes, it's good she was there. Doesn't really follow direction well.
No.
So good she's there, little concerned about future endeavors that they go on, because now they're the Bobbsey twins. They're like, let's go get us some rapists.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're not gonna break stuff and kill people. And Dexter's like, whoa, you gotta calm down.
That might be actually a good question for Randy.
Yeah.
Is this gonna cure her, anger over these rapists by smashing the crap out of them, Who knows?
Don't know.
Maybe he'll have some insight on that.
I agree. I bet he will.
What about you? What other killer moments did you have?
This is a more minor one, but I thought it was kind of Lumen and Dexter, a little moment. They're in the car after the whole smashing with the frying pan, and Dexter says, well, what do we do now? And Lumen's like, we? And it's like, oh, that's sweet. I like this apprentice mentorship going on. It's yes, young Padawan. I like it. If she behaves herself and stops doing whatever she wants to and smacking people with frying pans, I think she could be fabulous.
Yeah, she does have a long way to go, though. She shows up at the crime scene.
Oh,
she
I
gets
know.
a flashlight sent to her house. Why do you need a flashlight?
I know. She's like, what's
She
flashlight?
obviously wants to be looking around for something.
That was a mag light. That thing is like
Yeah.
weaponry.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the whoopsh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that
I
was
thought
like.
she'd be scoping out her killers on her own.
Oh, she probably is doing that too. I don't
Yeah.
trust her. I
Yeah.
don't trust her.
But I like her, and I think she adds a
Yeah.
nice spice to this season. I really do. And a couple episodes back, I want her dead. Now I like her.
Did it change for you in this episode? Did this episode help you come to that, or?
A little bit in the last one, but very much in this one. I
Totally.
thought I really like her.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she stays on for the rest of the season. I hope.
Me too.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
why, instead of being mad at her for being like, "What are you doing?" I've come to a point where it's like, "No, don't do that."
I think a lot of that has to do with the writing. I think they're writing a well-rounded character. They're giving her. You feel sorry for with the stuff she's gone through.
Oh my God, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's
So-
horrifying. So
I thought I actually have another killer moment. I
Absolutely.
I thought it was really interesting that at the very end of the episode, Dexter brings Harrison over for Lumen to
Yes.
meet. He brings her over to Rita's house. Lumen meets the baby. That's the two worlds are now tied together. Mm-hmm. You know, Dexter's
huge.
private life and then the killer life. And he mixes the two, you know, that's huge.
so big. I mean, he said his monologues in the past were about keeping those two worlds separate and how to deal with that. And very casually, like, oh, here's my baby. I think you're right. I think that is a huge leap and bound for that relationship and for what Dexter is now making part of his world.
A lot of it changed even in this very episode. Like in the beginning of the episode, he was all about not bringing Harrison over, mentioning little things to Lumen, but not, you know, really expounding on anything.
Right.
But right at the end of one episode, he's bringing the baby over. He's putting up that little saint above the baby's head. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that creeps me out. That nanny's getting creepier.
She's so creepy.
I thought she wasn't creepy for a while. I thought she was boring in the last few episodes. But that Saint Benedict? No.
Saint Bridget.
My bad. Benedict's a dude. What am I talking about?
That's probably, I think that's a saint though.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is.
not like you're making
I think
stuff
it's,
up. But
no, I
that's,
think it's the Pope.
well, but it's, you know, it's in the same vein, right?
I don't.
I'm Jewish.
Hey, we're Jews. We don't know.
Yeah,
Cat.
I don't know. What do you think?
Sorry, hey, well, don't look at me.
Anyone in the
either,
chat room,
guys.
Roman Catholic. We could use some help.
Unbelievable. No, but I think the scariest form of evil is when you least expect it. And if she does turn out to be evil, what she's doing is a little bit strange. There is no evidence for super creep at the moment, but little things like the statue and just...
I could have swore, and maybe you out there in the chat room will want to go back and view the episode again. I could have swore that I saw that nanny when Dexter said, you know what, I don't want that saint above my child's head. I almost saw her face go,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
watch it. Watch
Yeah.
the
Do
episode
Do that again into your
again.
camera. What did her face do?
Just like that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, on to, I mean, do you agree with the killer moments producer? Producer Mike?
I'm busy in the chat room.
You're busy
Oh,
in
well,
the chat
fine.
I'm finding out what they think.
Yeah, what do they think? Are they out there? Do they have any
Yeah, there's
any
people.
opinions? Who's
Yeah.
out there? Who's in the chat room?
Well, we have
hi to
Dead
them,
Pixel Live. We have Dark Pastor 979. We have ST3000. We have Timps Wins. We got a bunch of people.
Well, hello, everybody.
Do they have any opinions on the
opinions?
killer moments?
They think Cat needs meds. What else?
What's new? You don't want to see me when I'm not on meds, though, let's be honest.
Tejas74, of course, is in there.
Oh, hi, Tejas.
That's about it. I'm
Sounds
trying
good.
to get Randy ready here, so you guys keep going.
I'm sure our sociology guest will have his opinion. Of course, we're having Randy Jorfy back into Stupid for Dexter. He's been with us for a long time now. He is a regular. He is a sociology expert from Chicago, now lives in Arizona. So he'll be joining us via Skype in just a moment.
And he came up with a very fun little term for himself. Because he is our resident expert on all things psychological, Dexter style, he is our Dexpert.
Dexpert.
Aha.
I like
Credit
that.
to him. He made that one up. It's very
I
good.
like that. I like it.
And what do we call this moment? What do we call this?
We call this
Driving the Dark Passenger. All right, Randy, are you there?
Wait, he was here. Wait, we can't hear him. Hold on. Hold on, Randy.
Wait for it.
Give me a second.
All right.
Oh, there he is.
I hear him.
See, this is too much. There's too much balancing act going on. Hold on.
Okay.
We can hear you. Go ahead. Speak. We're good.
We're
I
good?
hear me twice.
I don't see him, though. Does that matter?
I see him.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
there he is.
Hi, Randy.
I
Hi.
don't see you, but now you see me. That works out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's not fair. How you doing, Randy? How'd you like the episode?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't have the complaints that Mike did. I liked it.
I didn't really have any complaints except for the cartoonish character.
Masuka.
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Like the
interesting.
one thing that Lumen said about Mizuka when they showed her the picture and she goes, "That guy's definitely crazy" or something.
Right,
And she
right,
meant-
Said that guy's a
That was
freak.
Yeah, that guy's a freak. I actually wrote that down because I thought that was very funny. So we definitely have some questions for you. I had one. When Dexter, he says the quote, "I actually want to help her for some very complicated reasons."
Uh-huh.
What do you think that means in a sociology terms? Or
I like how he said, "I actually like to help her." He's surprised. I actually want to help her. Complicated reasons. The ones I'm thinking so far is she is a big time curiosity for him. She's a lot like he is. I heard, Kat, you were saying earlier that Lumens doesn't like to follow commands and orders. Well, Harry's been gone for a couple episodes, and Dexter wasn't following his commands or orders either. She's very much like him, and I think he just almost wants to play this out with her to see if she has different results than he did.
Randy.
Touche, sir.
It's the same thing as last season where he thought he found somebody who was like him, and I guess you're always looking for that in life, right? You're trying to find a community or something that you can relate to.
Yeah. Dexter comes off as wanting to be a loner in a lot of these episodes, but I think deep down he definitely wants a bit of a partnership. I mean, do you think, Randy? Do you think that's...
I think he does. He did a line somewhere in the middle that just caught me in my tracks. He said something about a sociopath doesn't feel psychological pain, only physical pain, when he was relating to that Cole guy.
Uh-huh.
And yet, is he not a sociopath? He's been feeling all types of psychological pain all season long so far. I thought that was just a fascinating thing to come out of his mouth.
That is true. There's a lot of different flashbacks, that's for sure. Flashbacks to the tub with Rita in it, and then Lumen, of course, had her flashback this time.
Well, how could she not?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and I had a question for you, Randy. So,
Okay.
the scene where Lumen and Dexter are going into Boyd's house, and they have to go clean up the captivity room where Lumen was kept. I mean, Dexter really seemed genuinely concerned for her psychological and emotional well-being. Is that genuine, or was he projecting her?
At
You
first, I thought it was odd because he likes to do everything on his own, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, if he asking her to go up the stairs, and I thought, is it because it'll be a time-saving thing for him? She could just point out all the places she was. I wasn't quite understanding why he even wanted her up there. The compassion seemed to come when she was up there with him. Again, he's showing another side of Dexter, definitely not a sociopathic side, because he wasn't playing any games with her. It wasn't like, let's bring her up there to see how tortured she'll be by that. He actually seemed to care. That was out of character.
Yeah, definitely. He did remind her that, oh, I'll be with you. Right before she hesitated going upstairs, and he said, you know what, I'll be with you.
Yeah,
Ready for
it's the we. Mm-hmm. He's like Sears, the softer side of Dexter.
Excuse me.
Did that noise?
You better.
So, what I know you said Harry is missing. When do you think he'll come back? Is there going to be something that happens in Dexter's head that needs, what needs to happen for Harry to come back, do you think?
I was a little worried, Mandy, that he wasn't back, because there was a great setup for him to coming back. As a matter of fact, there's a line that Dexter said that I really thought would have been more of a Harry line. It's, "I can't bring her into my world. There's no place for her," he says, right early in the show. That would have been something that Harry would have been saying over his shoulder. And then when all of a sudden he's bringing his son and putting the son in her arms, Harry would have been right over his shoulder riding him. Again, saying, "This isn't right. Why are you doing this?" I almost wanted to play the game of, okay, Harry's not on the show, so we could all be Harry. And I'd almost want to say, what would Harry ask Dexter right now. And I think it would be something to the extent of, at least my comment to it would be, why her? What is it you want? What do you want as an end result? He's already told Dexter she's not like you. He's already told Dexter you're not responsible for her. But everything is playing into Dexter seems like she is like him, and he is responsible for her. So I hope he comes back. I just want to hear him read him the riot act, or maybe there'll be a softer side of Harry too, because when he's reading the riot act, Dexter is shutting him down.
That's true.
Well, if Harry is sociologically speaking, if that's a word. Thank you.
That's a Mandy word.
Sociology. If Harry really is an aspect of Dexter's mind inside his head, and he is just blocked out right now, why is that? Why is Dexter not using that Harry part of his mind, for a lack of a better description?
Well, the last 2 or 3 episodes, Mandy, that Harry was in, Harry was being ignored. He went to the point of, remember he had a rant on Dexter saying, "Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me?" No, he wasn't. Now, I'm not sure what they've done with the actor that he's been gone for 2 weeks. He's going to come back. I mean, he has to come back.
Yeah.
The only other person I would think that might come back instead of Harry is our other dead character, Rita, if she gets any parts on there. But it's his conscience. He just hasn't been following the father side of his conscience. He's just going with what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I just hope he comes back.
Me too. I think he will. He's a great part of the show. I really like him. He's not in it a lot, but he adds a lot. That's for sure.
It's true.
I didn't answer your question, though. What's it going to take for him to come back? I'm thinking at this point, Dexter's going to have to really have someone on the table again and actually end the guy's life, not let him get away like we've been seeing in all these episodes. Once it gets really intense for Dexter to do his thing, his routine, I think Harry will be over his shoulder again.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
There really hasn't been a lot of kill room killings.
Not at all. It's been either prevented or dude has tried to escape. There has not been any kills in the kill room with the intended person who the kill room was made for being killed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
yeah. That made sense.
Now, I know in earlier episodes when we would talk with you, Randy, we would talk about the nanny, and you were very suspicious of the nanny. What do you think about this whole Saint Bridget?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Mandy, I mean, I wish that I saw before I had to turn on to the Skype, I saw your face. You had her down so perfectly. That was her face.
She did do that, didn't she?
She totally
It was
did.
so perfect. She looks so put off by Dexter's response. The reason now I think she's going to get creepy is the fact that she even brought a religious icon into Dexter's house. If you look around, there aren't any others. That was pretty nervy of her to just assume she could bring it in there, put it there, and even speak up when he's going to take it down. There's none other. I've never seen one in his apartment. So it's just the nerve of her to do it, and then she seemed honestly upset when he was taking it down. Then she seemed very relieved when he was able to recite the prayer to her later in the show. She's going to be a cliffhanger, I think, at the end of the season. Something real funky is going to happen with her involved.
Oh, yeah.
You raised your hand. What were
I
you?
did because Elaine said
I
something.
can't see Kat, sorry.
No, sorry. I'm like a 5-year-old. I'm like, me. Oh God, pick me. Elaine said something very interesting about the statue earlier. Elaine, may I repeat what you...
Yes, you may.
All right. So Elaine said this, so credit's not to me. She said, maybe it's a bugging device of sorts.
Ooh.
Yeah!
Cool. You know, if the writers ever get tired of what they should, they could just go ahead and watch this show and get some decent ideas.
Well, you know. Yeah, Elaine has some pretty awesome ideas with that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that I tried to think in that manner, and it did completely change her reaction.
Yeah.
And her slowly invading Dexter's space and life.
It did show that she could conceivably be a little bit evil, because she is very presumptuous, like you said, Randy, putting that there. I mean, he even made a comment, Dexter even made a comment on how, hey, that seems like a weird action figure in his head, in his narration. So obviously they don't have any other saints or religious figures in that house. It's very presumptuous and weird, freaky. It's freaky looking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
whether it's just a statuette or some crazy high-tech conspiracy theory bugged rigged radio thing.
Either
Either way, it's creepy.
Are there any people in the chat room that have any ideas about this
I can't go into the chat room while we're on Skype.
Oh, that's right.
I understand.
Yes.
Never mind.
That's fine. We'll let them digest these
well,
thoughts.
Ran-
Randy, we will look in the chat room.
Okay, Randy.
Be ready, chat room.
Yeah, be ready,
Thank
chat
you,
room.
Randy.
But Randy,
No.
do you have any other questions for Randy? I've
Oh God, I think we discussed all of the big stuff that I was really thinking about.
I'm curious, Randy, do you have any predictions for the season?
Well, I did the one. I think that the nanny is going to be the cliffhanger. Also, one of my predictions is, everyone's aware, Lumen actually hasn't killed anybody yet. She's attempted, but she has not taken anybody's life. We also know, we have a little clue in when she hit on Dexter, she said, you really need to announce yourself. And RoboCop said that he needs to do things a little unorthodox. He's possibly going to break into the house. She'll be there. That might be her first kill.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lumen might kill Robo.
I like that. I was thinking kill, but there's definitely something. I mean, they definitely foreshadowed it with you
yeah.
need to announce yourself, and him going, I'm gonna go check on the
Yeah.
lady, whatever he says.
What am I gonna do? See, I'm gonna. check on the lady.
Yeah, there's that. I like that though. I didn't even think of that she's gonna take him out or he's gonna take her out or something. I mean, obviously she's gonna freak out when somebody comes into the house. So
Oh,
this-
totally.
And again, Mike, I don't think I've been right yet.
But I like that one. I think it's good. That one I
No,
like.
I definitely.
yeah.
I actually put that up in the forums that I thought RoboCop and Lumen were something is gonna happen.
They will
there.
cross paths
because
and,
he already spies on Dexter and sees Lumen
Right.
and tells Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Elaine thinks that RoboCop is Quinn's father.
Yeah.
Randy did not agree. Randy just looked like somebody took his saint away.
Randy, not
Camera,
amused.
Still, Mike, I was just thinking, I loved Elaine's first thought. Sorry, Elaine. Yeah.
And then they're making him lose weight so he looks more like him, which I love. That's a great logical explanation.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, thank you so much, Randy, once again for joining us. We love your insight. We really appreciate it.
As always, thank you. You're awesome, Randy.
Thanks a lot.
See you next week.
Yep, bye-bye.
Ooh, what about now? What about the chat room now?
Oh my God! I just got in.
What about now? What about now?
Oh my God!
What about now?
Keep talking about other things.
Okay.
Dark
Anyway,
Passenger 1979 says this is so much like season 3 to me.
Season.
Sean thinks Randy is awesome.
Nice.
Well,
Jim Patrick
is.
agrees, says he thinks it's a baby monitor. Like the teddy bear monitor. That's pretty small.
Nanny cam.
The nanny cam was pretty small.
Maybe it's not a cam. Maybe it's just a recording device.
Yeah.
An audio recording.
And Dex Deb brings up a good point. Nobody's talked about, have we really hit on the Deb shooting and killing the guy? We sort of mentioned it, right?
You know what? I didn't name it a killer moment, but I almost did. I really liked when she popped that guy in the head.
I was proud of her.
That guy was holding the hostage, and she it just shows you how great she's gotten as a police.
Totally.
She's amazing.
She Harrison Forded that moment.
Yes.
She did it beautifully. I was very impressed, and I feel
She
like
Harrison Forded the moment?
she did. She was all heroic in the most intense moment of
I
battle.
nodded because it sounded good.
I just thought, like, she's stoned? Because that's all I know him for. Harrison Ford's known as, like, the biggest
Indiana
stoner in Hollywood.
Jones.
No, the roles he plays.
Oh.
Man,
Air Force One.
that's right. Jeez. Anywho, she was great.
She was, and I totally agree. I liked that scene. I know for episodes past, I didn't really care about Santa Muerta, the whole plot line, but in this episode, the whole episode, I really liked how they linked everything together, went back and forth to things. I thought it was really solid. I really did. And the Santa Muerta seemed more important in this episode to me than it did in episodes past. And I felt bad that girl died. I don't know why.
I know.
just did.
She went out on a limb. She was so nervous.
We actually have somebody calling in.
Ooh.
Is it Tom?
Oh, hold on. Well, you guys keep talking. I'll get this.
Okay.
I'll get this set.
But let's see. So
Oh, it's a dude. It's the dude from last week. We're back in England. Look at,
from the UK.
wait,
hold on.
Tim?
Hold on. Give it a
Tim?
second.
Was it Tim or
Tim. Tim.
It's
Tom.
Tim.
from the UK? Tim.
Tim's there.
I hear you, Tim. Sorry.
Well, hello.
There you are.
What do you want to talk about, Tim?
Hi.
What would you like to talk about?
Can you hear us okay?
Well, the ending with Dexter's really amazing speech.
His speech?
Yeah, his speech. The bit where he keeps on talking about, oh yeah, sometimes partners find us, and as much as we try to push them away, they work into our lives regardless until we realize how much we need them.
Right.
Yeah, and he's talking about the nanny and Lumen.
Right.
Yeah, he's talking. Yeah. Yeah, he uses like us, and like he keeps on like telling like the viewers that it's all about the whole circle type thing. So it's sort of like a group thing.
The circle,
So, yeah.
circle us.
Yeah.
So Tim from the UK, did you like this episode?
Yes, a lot. It showed Dexter being very intimate, which I liked.
Good. Yeah, we agree. I mean, you've probably been watching. I really thought, like I said, I thought it was a really solid episode. I think they linked everything wonderfully. That going back and forth to different plots. I really liked it. Do you think that the nanny is evil?
No.
No.
No, not in the slightest way. I don't see how that iconic image of a saint being a devil somehow and being bugged and in a camera inside sort of, nah, I can't see that happening. No offense, of course, no offense.
Maybe we just have too many stupid, scary movies.
I mean,
I'll admit, I am suspicious of everything. Too many scary movies, and rarely am I right. But I will keep on putting it out there.
it does sound good if it happened, but this isn't an anime, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a nice little twist. You know, Kat and I were sitting here thinking about predictions for the season, and do you have any predictions for the season? You know, we obviously talked about the nanny. What do you think about the season in general? Do you have any predictions? Of course, if you heard anything, don't tell us.
Earmuffs, yeah.
But if you have predictions just from your mind, what do you think?
I'm thinking Lumen is probably going to try to nearly get a kill next episode.
Next episode, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that flashlight is going to be a bit too much than what it really is.
Yeah, it could be a weapon of some sort.
Yeah, well, you've seen it become a weapon. You've seen Dexter, and I think it was like either season 3 or season 2, when Dexter actually held a flashlight, and he sort of like held it to James Stokes. So I just think that flashlight is going to be somewhat found by the forensics team.
Now, Tim, have you watched season 2 lately, or do you remember that? Because that's pretty impressive.
That is amazing.
No, I roughly when it just aired, which I'm not too sure when that was.
Wow, good for you.
Wowza.
Good memory.
Yeah, somebody takes their ginkgo biloba. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is.
Biloba?
No, you're
Biloba? I don't know.
Biloba.
Ginkgo.
All right. I should be
GB.
parents. I should know this.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for joining us all the way from the UK. We really, really, really appreciate you Skyping in. We hope to hear from you next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye. Well, awesome. I mean,
That mag light, yeah, I agree. That might pop up later. And you know what? Back in Michigan, growing up, in my car, I had a big crazy mag light. And one day a friend said to me, "Oh, you probably shouldn't have that in your car. That could technically be called a weapon." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I took it out of my car, obviously, but it was very similar. It was like the big industrial size mag light.
like police would pull you over if you had that in your car?
I guess if they had seen it was in my car, it could be assumed it was a weapon of sorts. That was so not the purpose. I'm a very peaceful person.
Michigan, man, Michigan.
I'm just saying.
Weird.
I know. So when I saw her take out Megla, I was like, oh, that looks familiar. I think Lumen might know it could be a weapon, though. Because you know what? She's better at smacking things than she is at shooting things. So, just saying.
I really, prediction-wise, I'm really excited about this Jordan Chase guy. I think he's a
Yeah?
good character. Does anyone in the chat room know the actor's name? This is bad on my part. I should have researched this, so I'm looking to you, fans of Dexter, Stupid for Dexter. Do you know the actor's name of Jordan Chase? Because I've seen him a gajillion times.
Right.
It's Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller, that's it.
Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller.
All
Nowhere
right.
near what I thought.
Dark
it was.
Passenger Matt says that.
Thank you, Dark Passenger
Yes.
Matt.
And we do have a call from Dead Pixel Live. I believe it's going to be audio only.
Ooh.
Wants to discuss Lumen's relationship with Dexter and LaGuardia as a poor cop. Let me see if they are here.
Okay.
So we will just stay on you guys. Can you, Dead Pixel Live, are you there?
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, Cat, Mandy, and creepy beard guy.
Hey, my beard's gone, so you can't be talking about me. Unless you're talking about the Skyper, or are you talking about me? Because I'll hang up right now.
So you had some thoughts, huh?
Yeah, well, it seems to me that the way the whole thing is going with Dexter and Lumen is, it's only a matter of time before they get together. I mean, of course she's a little bit crazy and everything, but he's been giving her some looks, and the way things going, I think is he handed his kid over to her like it was nothing, and the woman's like, he knows she's a nut job, and yet he just hands his son over to him. He walked in on her in the tub and just sat there and stared at her for a good half hour.
TikTok, you say in that bathtub.
Well, let's not forget he did go for Lila, who was
yeah.
nuttier than a nut job. Nutty.
And Rita was a little crazy because she had that history of dating really psycho, abusive people. And even though she wasn't overtly crazy, something was going on within her, I think, that was off to date people like
The
that.
reason he went with her was because he said that she was broken just like he was broken. So and he goes for the goofballs. He likes them.
He does. You know, I am interested, even though I've been against this whole romance between Lumen and Dexter, I am interested to see if it does happen.
It could
I know
be.
at the very end of the episode, I'm going to do another imitation.
Oh, I'm ready.
At the very end of the episode, Dexter is in the car with Lumen. They both come out from after Lumen beating up that guy, and Lumen's all excited. Dexter can't believe how much they're bonding, and he goes, I'm mouthing, just because you're only audio, I'm mouthing the beginning word of F-U. He does that in the car because he's so amazed at how much they're bonding. So you might have a point. I mean, they might get together just because of the sheer fact that they're bonding so much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think Kat will be happy to know though that once they do get together, the odds of Lumen being killed in a very dramatic fashion just skyrocket.
Ha! I totally agree with that. It's like a female Black Widow. Once you mate with her, she'll kill you. Except it's Dexter. He'll mate and they'll kill you.
You're all Hulk Hogan now.
I know. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Let me tell
We
you.
got a wrestling show, Stupid for Cat Wrestling or something.
I like it.
I'm very peaceful. Like
What
I
is
said.
what is Dead Pixel Radio, by the way? I see your name there, Skype for Dead Pixel Radio. Is that something you want to talk about and hype your
sure.
own?
I get a plug.
Yeah, give yourself a free plug. Absolutely.
Please.
We're all about
I
that.
do a daily podcast about video games over on All Games Radio Network, allgames.com.
Oh my gosh.
Every day from 4 to, for you guys it's 4, but for me it's 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. 4 days a week, talking nothing about video games and
Awesome.
whatever pops into my head.
Nice. So are you on the East Coast?
Yeah, I'm in. Unfortunately, I'm in Virginia. So.
Very cool.
I've never been, so I don't know
All
if
right.
it's unfortunate. But what
But
about this LaGuardia? You also had
Yes.
some thoughts about LaGuardia being a bad cop, which I totally agree with you, by the way.
Oh, the sting was like,
She is the worst cop ever. I was with her at first, but now I kind of believe she got a job because she gives the best head in Miami. She has made not a single good decision in, I guess, season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, and she has a mass murderer sitting two desks away from her. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of tells you that she's not that great of a cop.
Yeah, and she won't listen as much as Quinn. You know, people they have mixed feelings about Quinn. As much as he, you know, people didn't want him to catch Dexter, he was doing his job.
He absolutely was.
She suspended him
for talking smack about Dexter,
Yeah.
and she got mad. Was like, well, fine. Same thing with Dokes. I mean, people brought evidence to her about, you know, stuff that Dokes had said, now that Quinn had said, and she just goes, no, it's fine.
I think Deb is going to take her job. That's what I think. I just thought of that.
Wow,
like
all right.
that.
You just thought of that.
that.
Yeah, that's my new prediction.
What do you think of Mandy's prediction, Dead Pixel?
There's no way. Deb is.
What?
Also, did you? I know this sounds kind of creepy and pervy of me, but in the first 2 seasons, Deb was naked like 90% of the time she was on screen.
That sounds about right.
Now that she's married Michael C. Hall, I mean, I'm just saying.
Maybe he has told her, listen. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Look, you need it to
hilarious.
cover your butt.
At least wear your skin-tight underwear. Yeah.
Look, LaGuardia, like why? When they cut to her in the club, like all dressed, like why is she in the club? That makes no sense to me. And then she's like, oh, send the drug dealer girl over to him. I was like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you say, oh, they're in the corner, let's get 10 cops in here right now, instead of doing basically nothing?
I think it's just a plot device to make more conflict between LaGuardia and Batista, because towards the end, when Batista calls her out and says, you know, it's okay, cops make wrong calls, it's okay. She said, what wrong calls? I didn't make any wrong calls. I think it's just adding more conflict between. I don't know. I don't really know where they're going with the Batista-LaGuardia relationship. I really don't. So I thought that was just to make more conflict between them. I don't know.
Maybe.
The question is, does anybody really care about?
I know.
No.
Exactly.
No, they don't.
We
They
don't at all.
It's a weak plot line. It really is.
Somebody decided we need some kind of love relationship in here.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
But Dead Pixel, we really appreciate your call and your insight, and I hope you join us again.
Absolutely. Oh, and I'm the voice of Ibuki in Super Street Fighter 4, so from one video game fan to another, hello.
Ibuki on the scene.
That's right.
You have to say it now.
Oh. On the scene, I think. My voice isn't warmed up. Sorry. But that's really cool.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, a couple more chat room people, and then we can go to. We are going to do trivia today. They're going to try to stump the queens of TV, which is you two.
Oh, really?
There's no gifts though.
Paul, where are you?
Paul's like,
God, there are no gifts.
I like this. Where he says,
Do I run this?
where the. Not yet. Here's one from Dark Passenger Matt. Where the guys left in the swamp after they helped Cole get those barrels in the pickup truck. Were they just left there?
Oh, yeah! That's right. He's like, oh, bye, guys. He drives away. They're like, where's he going?
Okay.
Donde está? Donde está?
Yeah.
yeah.
So I like that. From Dark Passenger Matt.
That's a very good question. That's funny.
Yeah.
I want to see those guys return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a prediction.
They come back and they're pissed.
Yeah. That's funny. You're a featured extra, and now we don't know.
Awake One feels really sorry for Dexter's sister. She can never find a good man.
It's true.
No, you can't.
Although that brings up an I know producer Mike. I know
Yes.
you don't are not
care.
a fan of the plot of Quinn and Deb.
Unless
I
it leads
think-
to something. Don't care.
I think for the first time this episode, I actually was kind of digging it, and I actually liked Quinn.
But I was, again, weren't you rolling your eyes at, so should we find a place? I know this nice place we should go look at. You've been together 2 episodes. Shut up. Like, shouldn't the girl get creeped out and go like, really? I barely, we're dating. Let's say that's been 2 months, right? Maybe a month in real time. I don't know. Let's try to figure it out. But let's say a month. Isn't that creepy? Hey, let's move in together. Wouldn't a girl just be like, okay, weirdo? Again, it didn't seem
Maybe.
realistic to me.
Depends on the girl, and I think Deb is. I mean, now she's tougher and she's distancing herself a little
It just seems
bit.
like a lot of odd romantic comedy stereotypes are starting to happen that you would see in some horrible, Julia Roberts film.
Really?
That you would be like, oh, I can't even watch this. You know.
Wow.
So that's all I'm starting to. I'm getting those occasionally.
Yeah, I liked Quinn. I was actually kind of rooting for him.
I took the inconsistencies that you noticed and the niceness and the bonding that you noticed, and I chalked it all up to suspicious.
You think he's suspicious, or
He's still a little suspicious to me, just because he's dealing with RoboCop. He's not being completely honest with Deb. I don't think he's evil, but
I don't think he wants to deal with RoboCop. I think he's pressured
at
into
this
dealing
point
with
now.
RoboCop.
Yeah, but he's
Now
the
he's
one
stuck.
who
Now he's
sought him out.
blackmailed. I mean, you saw he
He's
said,
the
you
one
know,
who sought him out, though.
he
Well,
sought him out,
still
but now
seeing
there's a
Deb.
blackmail going on.
He was
because
still seeing Deb, though, when he sought
when he
out
first started.
RoboCop.
Sure, but then he didn't realize it was going to cost him $500 each time. I think it has less to do with Deb and more the $500. Give me another $500 because he's like,
guess.
I
don't agree.
Have it. I'm not going to give you the $5. And
He's still pursuing.
No, I don't agree. I
know.
think it has to do with Deb. I think he loves her. I really do. I
don't
know
care.
you don't.
Again,
care.
the only time they've ever done it right, a relationship, was Lila. That was a good relationship script.
What about Lundy? You didn't like Lundy?
People in
That
the
was fine,
forum
yeah.
love
I love
Lundy.
Lundy was a good guy. Lundy was a good
love-
guy. I'm saying the way it was written. I'm saying where it wasn't a typical. Yeah, but that played real. Lundy played
That
very
did.
real. This
Yeah.
did not. This does
Lundy
not play
Deb.
real. Now compare that, which is still guy likes girl, blah blah blah. We've seen it 800 million times in every movie that's ever been written. At least, yeah, that
Okay, yeah.
felt real. That felt natural. That felt organic. This does not.
No, I'll
And then
agree, it
I
doesn't.
was just bringing up the Lila because that was interesting. That was not your typical relationship. That was, she's crazy, he's got something wrong. You see that all the time, but it's never smartly written, and that was smartly written. Not so smart.
I'm going to bring up a new thread in my forum about the
Ooh.
Quinn and Deb, because I want to know, because I like those people in that.
Now, which forum are you in? Because Kat got kicked out of a forum today. We'll talk about that
I
really
wasn't
quick.
trolling.
What
Okay.
forum are you in, Mandy?
I'm in Wiki. It's Showtime, Showtime.com, but I go in the forum and it's Dexter, W-I-K-I.
So his wiki page?
Yeah.
His Wikipedia
It's the
page.
official
And there-
Dexter Wiki.
It's a Dexter Wiki.
Right, no, I know. It's
Dexter
Dicky
Wiki.
Wiki, yeah. And then what did you try to go in?
Dicky
You went into the Showtime with
The
the
Showtime
non-Dexter board.
Messenger board. The official
Oh.
Dexter Showtime Messenger board. And I got banned!
Did you make friends with them first?
No. Kat did exactly what we said not to do. She went and
I
go,
did not.
So my name is Stupid for Dexter, and I have a show.
Did not do that! Okay, back on the gravy boat. Let me tell you what I did. So what I did was I made a little account on the message board, and I posted a lot of nice, cushy, general posts, no mention of the show, and like 10 posts down, there's slight mention.
What was your name? What was your name on the boards?
Stupid for Dexter show.
Yeah, you got to personalize it. You know, it's Wiki, right? Wiki, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Okay. On that, I actually enjoy being on that forum, whether or not I'm doing this show. They have a lot of good insight. So I'm Mandy S, and I wrote them for like a good week before I even mentioned Stupid for Dexter. And then I got the JPEG from Mike and put Stupid for Dexter, and a couple of them watch, I think. I hope.
That's cool.
I hope you guys do, because you guys are smart. I like your insight.
I was wondering if they banned me because I was making fun of Angela Lansbury.
I don't
What?
think
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Somebody made a thread called, "Is Deb a necrophiliac? Ha ha ha." And I was like, no, she's got Murder, She Wrote syndrome because everywhere she goes and everyone she dates dies. And I was like, maybe they banned me for that. I was not spamming. I was behaving myself. I wasn't trolling. I wasn't being sassy.
All right. Let's. I'm going to read a couple more of these. Meanwhile, chat room start thinking about trivia to
Trivia.
stump the queens.
To stump Kat.
Princess. Kat's a princess. I'll say princesses.
Stop me. Wait, what? Don't look at me.
Okay. Meanwhile, just a couple extra things. People feel bad for Kat. Sorry, Kat.
See? Little tear.
Dark passenger Matt hated seeing Lundy's bare butt.
Oh, yeah, amen.
Oh yeah, no butts.
I did
No
not like
butts.
seeing them kiss either.
Well, because I mean, and somebody brought it up. Now you don't see where it was, but it was too fatherly. I'm like, well, that was the point.
Yeah,
That's
was
the point.
That was the point.
She misses dad.
Blah. Blah.
Okay, let's come up with tough questions. Waiting for that. If I don't get them in a few minutes, we're just gonna wrap this sucker up. Give us your predictions. Meanwhile, let's go predictions while we get some chat room stuff.
Oh, I'm scared to answer trivia. Okay, do you have any other predictions? We covered the nanny. There might be a camera in the sink.
That's right.
We covered Lumen and RoboCop having a conflict.
Oh, it's so happening.
Someone might kill someone. I personally think, I thought that RoboCop was going to kill, well, a couple episodes ago, I thought RoboCop was going to kill Lumen. Now I think Lumen's going to kill RoboCop.
They're both threatening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Mortal Kombat Showdown. I mean, you know what? If she has a weapon, she'll be okay. If she's got the Maglite or a frying pan, she totally has a one-up on him.
What I hope is that Dexter gets him in the kill room. Because I think he would be hysterical wrapped up in
I hope Dexter gets somebody in the kill room already.
Well, that's what I hope, too.
I know. Well, definitely Jordan Chase and Cole.
Cole, for
they
sure.
will get in that kill room.
All right, here,
They
let's...
have to.
So you guys, your predictions, you think? Is that...
For now, if you have someone in the... you're ready to start trivia?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
We won't even do the Stump the King. We don't have a Stump
Bring
the King.
it.
So let's
We
go,
don't have the king today, so we're not stumping the king because Paul is away.
And don't forget, before we do that, my camera. Good, we're on me already. YouTube.com/Streaming Garage. We do have the Dexter Trivia Contest. We're going to do that one more week. We did have one person so far that has answered. We're going to give one more week to you can answer the trivia question and win all sorts of free stuff from Paul Goebel, the king of TV, and from Stupid for Dexter. So go to that. Look for it on YouTube.com/Streaming Garage, Stupid for Dexter Trivia. And answer the questions with a video response. Video response only. Okay. Where did Dexter kill Lila?
Oh!
Yes, Kat?
Paris.
I believe
In an
that's
apartment. Or house.
correct. Yes, that is right.
Yeah! Paris! Woo!
Okay.
She did not get a kill room.
Who played Frank Lundy? The actor's name.
Oh, jeez.
I know it.
Can Elaine play too?
Well, you know
Elaine
this.
play?
Wait,
You
hold
know.
on.
There's a
Hold
reason
on.
you know this, Mandy. You know this.
There's a reason I know this?
Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking something else. You wouldn't know this. Never mind.
Yes, Elaine.
Yes, Elaine.
Keith Carradine.
Keith Carradine.
Is that right? I'm sure
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Elaine.
Oh, my God. When Dexter's driving to work because of the accident in Season 4, what song is Rita singing along to in the car? Whichever one they could pay the rights for.
Ooh, I remember that.
It was not Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, I remember it. It was annoying him, too. Shoot. I'm going to guess. Welcome to the jungle!
No. But you kind of have almost the right time frame. Go like 5 years earlier. Well, actually, maybe 10 years earlier. You're not going to get it. Karma Chameleon.
Oh! Little boy George. Yeah, that'll do it.
And finally, Timp WNS wants to know what's the name of the tranquilizer that Dexter uses.
M99?
Yes!
Yes! Oh my God, times a million. Yes! Oh, yeah.
All right, that's it for our show tonight. Thank you so much for participating and watching Stupid for Dexter. We are now weekly, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. That's our new time slot. So thank you so much for joining us. You could also catch us on
YouTube, Blip. We are a show by the Streaming Garage, so Streaming Garage on YouTube.
iTunes, both
iTunes.
audio and video, in case you're stuck back in 2008 and you don't understand what the video is.
You know.
You want to listen to it in your car?
And here, Streaming Garage, we also have other live shows.
Yes.
We have Stupid for Fantasy Football Thursdays at 2. We have
Strip Down Live on Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Stupid for Movies Thursdays at 8, correct?
That's right.
At 8 p.m. Anything else? Any other shows that I'm forgetting?
You got them all.
I got them all.
Covered it. Awesome.
So thank you once again for joining us, and we will see you next week. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. Monday nights.
Stupid for Dexter.